Business intelligence, ad hoc reporting, advanced analytics, whatever the terminology, Origami makes it easy to produce powerful analytics. This video will demonstrate basic custom templates in Origami. Creating a custom template is simple. For users with the proper security role, the reports page will have more and custom templates. Clicking this shows you any already created custom templates, but let's create a new one. Clicking the New Templates button brings you to this page. Here you select the data set you want to work with. With Origami, you don't need to know how to join tables together or how to make sure the data relationships are correct. We've designed business data sets to meet the risk manager's needs. Some sets summarize data, some provide detail information, and some can do both. Let's start off with a basic claim detail template. Clicking the link brings me to the design page. First, you name your template and give it a description. This is important because a template can be available to all users. Selecting data for your template is simple. You simply click on a cell and it brings up the field picker for this data set. The field picker will offer any field that's available in this data set. Different data sets will have different lists. Here we see all claim fields, plus associated location fields and coverage. Let's add a few. To add a field, you simply click on it. Here I've selected 4 basic fields: claim number, claimant, location number, and loss date, and 1 calculated field, total incurred. Let's look at the options you have for each. With the cell highlighted, you see the Cell Properties section. Property name gets filled in when you select the field, so you don't have to type this in. The formula box lets you create any kind of calculated formula. We'll create a formula in a minute. Each cell needs either a property name or a formula, but not both. Column width is exactly what you would expect. Adjusting the column width also adjusts it on screen. You'll notice that header text is blank. Well, I want a header, what's up with that? Origami will default to using the custom label for this field, so you don't have to fill this in. Now sometimes you might want to abbreviate a header so you can squeeze in more data. Like location number is kind of long. Let's add something shorter. If you type something in header text, this will override the default custom label. For alignment and format, Origami will give you sensible defaults, but it's especially important for dates and numbers. You see by default, Origami will format this as a short date, but you have different options. And you'll notice for the number, it defaults to right aligning with 1,000 separators and 2 decimal places. And sometimes a little color is nice. The group Aggregate lets you have group totals and grand totals on your report. In this case, I just want to add them up, so I'll select sum, but average, minimum, maximum, all those aggregates are available. Finally, you see the drill down link checkbox. This allows you to designate a field on the report as a link that you can click and go straight through to that object. For example, if I make claim number the link, when I run this report, I'll be able to click on the claim number and it will drill straight into that claim. I can do the same thing with location number. Origami is intelligent enough to know that this is a location field, so if I make this a link, it will drill right into the location. You see that Origami starts out with 7 columns on 1 row, but you can make your templates as big or small as you need. Let's add another row. To do that, I simply click the Add Below button, and I have a new row. I'd like to add loss description to this row. Now I know that loss description can be really long, but I don't want it to get chopped off. In the same way you can merge cells in Excel, Origami lets you expand these cells for longer data. I simply click the Expand Right button, and now it's taking up 2 cells. Loss description can be really long. I'm going to make it take up 4 cells. So now the data will display nicely, and all my columns will still line up. Let's add a couple more fields and try this one out. I click Save Changes to save the template. It now appears in the list, and I can create a report immediately by clicking the New Report from this template button. But the important thing to realize is that this custom template now has every capability of a standard template in Origami. You can create any number of reports with different filters, groups, schedule it, whatever. When you click New Report, this template will show up like every other template. So let's create one. So here I created a report just like any other report on a standard template, give it a filter on coverage, loss date, and status, and group by location. And here's our report. See how the links let you drill into the claim or into the location. Now that looks nice, but what about some calculations? Formulas can be quite easy or quite complex. Perhaps we want to show years of service, the lag between the hire date and the loss date. Perhaps we're storing a custom multiplier on the location record in custom number 1 field, and we want to apply it to paid expenses. Or maybe you want to display different text based on the years of service using your own special terminology. Really, with formulas, the sky's the limit. And here you see the final result. Now this was just the tip of the iceberg of what you can do with Origami and how easy it is to create your own custom templates with Origami Risk.